Hey everybody out there, Chris and Mike here, and welcome to the final episode of 2013 of the Dark Avenger Comic Book Review. That's the big two. And ironically, the big two have only produced the big 3 books this week.
But I got this many.
You should have looked through these.
Well, you didn't give me a chance.
I'm sorry.
Well, let's go.
Mike's here for the second part of the episode.
Exactly.
Starting with Marvel, since Marvel only has 1 book, and we are talking about Origins 2, issue number 1. And honestly, to sum this book up, and Kat did it during the live show, Jay did it during the live show, it's basically a tale of Wolverine and the Wolves. That's basically it. The whole book is Wolverine living with a pack of wolves like family, and then he comes across this polar bear who's way out of his element. He tries to help the bear, but the bear doesn't really pay much attention, and basically he just lets the bear go. You know, he lets the bear walk off, and he says, you know, it doesn't matter, whatever, you know, he has his path. And well, the narrator talks in the third person, like it's not Wolverine or the bear. He's talking as a third person watching. So he says, so Wolverine let the bear go.
It's like a story you were reading, but it's shown of what he's doing.
Yeah, and then basically everything's happy, and then, of course, as anybody could tell, the polar bear finds the pack of wolves and obliterates all of them, and then you get this humongous, like, splash at the end of the book that welcome to Origins 2. And Wolverine is the only one that survived, and basically that was it. He lost his family. He ended up killing the bear in the end. Now he's all alone again. And now the next issue is on the 22nd of January, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more dialogue between characters. This was a spectacular issue, though. I love the cover. This is a good issue. I don't see why many people anybody would complain about this issue. It was a nice read, surprisingly, because it was from Kieran Gillen. But Adam Kubert's artwork is awesome. This story is a good opening issue for Origins 2. If anything, this book makes me want to buy Origin 1. I still didn't buy that.
Whose fault is that? You stop poking me?
So I'm looking into getting Origin 1 at some point. Really good book, though. Definitely something I'd recommend, especially because this was a short week. Justice League, issue number 26. We've been talking about every single issue. There's been an origin. Well, this time we get Grid's origin, and then Grid, after his origin, tells the origin of every single other member of the the crime syndicate. Starting with, of course, Power Ring, who was basically a cowardice little piece of garbage, and somehow he got his hands on a Power Ring, and yeah. Then from Power Ring, we go to Johnny Quick and Atomica. Atomica being the new 52 crime syndicate version of the Atom. I love how in Justice League they've been doing this. They had Plastic Man last time. This time, they have Ray Palmer, a.k.a. Atomico.
Atomico, you mean?
No, Atomico.
Atomico?
So they actually have a Ray Palmer in the crime syndicate world. And Ray Palmer was the Atom. So, they show how Johnny Quick and Atomica got their powers. And then they show how Deathstorm got his powers, how he's not alive or dead because his powers fused with a dead he fused his body with a dead person's body or a corpse, so he's between life and death. And then Superwoman, she deleted her entire history, which makes Grid very suspicious of her. And then somebody somewhere tells the Hooded Man soon, and you just get this big smile. And that's it. And then, of course, Victor Stone finally wakes up, and the next issue is Cyborg 2.0. So no more origins of the crime syndicate. Now we're going to get into some Cyborg coming back and kicking some crime syndicate butt, so to speak.
Yep.
I like this issue. This was basically a heavy on origins for the rest of the crime syndicate, finishing it off. I would love to see Superwoman's origin at some point. And next issue, we're getting Cyborg 2.0. Cannot wait. But of course, this all leads into the final book of 2013. And don't mind me, I have holes in my mouth to prevent coughing, like in the last, in the indie review. Forever Evil issue number 4, with a holy shit last page.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show Michael what I mean. I will not show you or talk to you guys about it until the next issue.
Oh, are you serious?
Uh-huh. Well, Jeff Johns is writing this book. What did you expect?
Well, that makes sense.
But then again, you guys should know this by now. But anyway, Batman shows Catwoman the Batcave. We have Lex Luthor and his group of people. He's trying to revive Black Adam. Captain Cold makes his cold gun. Bizarro makes his the origin of Bizarro's name happens in this book also. And from what happened in the last issue of Justice League, the part where Owlman was talking to Nightwing, we have Superman talking to Ultraman about Owlman and Nightwing conspiring against the crime syndicate and against Ultraman. Ultraman sends Deathstorm back to the satellite to learn how to make kryptonite, and he sends Power Ring to fight Lex Luthor and his band of things. You actually get an emotional moment from Lex Luthor, by the way. And it turns out that Lex Luthor comes face to face with Batman and Catwoman. And a minor fight between them breaks out, and then enters Power Ring and his band of outsiders, so to speak. Batman goes Yellow Lantern for a small, brief moment because he has a Sinestro Corps ring. What Batman doesn't realize yet is he thinks all the weaknesses to the Justice League are the same weaknesses to the crime syndicate, and that's not the case. In Ultraman's case, he
learned how to
kryptonite. Yeah.
Yellow. Oh wow.
I'll spoil a little bit. Sinestro shows up at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I was floored. This was the best cliffhanger for Forever Evil yet. Rest of the book is all dialogue, but this was an epic issue. I don't know, the cover is misleading though, because you don't get much of the Batman versus Lex Luthor thing. You get more of the Batman versus Batman and Lex Luthor versus the crime syndicates. Yeah, they did make a figure of this.
They did?
I want to get it. Yeah.
Oh, maybe I missed it.
Really great book. Highly recommended. 5 out of 5 stars. Justice League, 4 out of 5 stars. And Origin, another 4. Let's say 3.5 out of 5 stars, because it really didn't start up. It really just... 4 out of 5. So nothing went below 4 this week. All these books are great. Forever Evil is a spectacular series. It's going so well. It's doing so amazing. Every issue, at the end of the book, you get that shock factor in that last page, and I love it. I love it to death. And now, we're getting into the second part of this program. I'm going to round out this week really quickly. Forever Evil 4, definitely something you should check out. Justice League 26, something you definitely should check out. And Origin 2, Issue 1, something that's definitely worth a check out as well. So the week is rounded out. Now, we have the little bullets here. We're going to do a year in review, or a year recap of all the stuff that's gone on between the big two. As far as Marvel, a lot has happened in Marvel. So we're going to start with DC. Out of order, of course. In DC, we had the Trinity War this year. We have Forever Evil. We had Villains Month in September. That was a spectacular run. The Man of Steel movie happened in the movies. Lights Out, the War of the Green Lanterns happened. The War of Green Lanterns and Jeff Johns' run on Green Lanterns ended at issue 20.
I forgot to add that.
So Green Lantern had a huge year this year. Unfortunately, it's going out on a bad note.
And there was Forever Evil Blight.
Blight started in Forever Evil. Comic series that began was Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. We had the death of Connor Kent, Superboy. in Forever Evil, we got tons of tie-ins and tons of miniseries: Rogues Rebellion, Arkham War, and Argus.
And the
Joe Shuster's family decided to sue DC yet again, so the lawsuits possibly continue.
And there was a death of Damian Wayne.
Damian Wayne died. Batman 0 Year happened. Death in the Family happened.
Yeah.
And, let me see, did we miss anything?
Well, I felt that this year was the year of John Constantine because he's been in like some comic books.
Yeah, John Constantine's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's just been all.
Batgirl went through hell because she believes she killed.
Come back to do Batgirl.
She is doing Batgirl.
But did she?
She's been doing Batgirl, but Batgirl believes she killed her brother.
Okay, that's one of them.
So, lots of big stuff that went on everywhere. Harley got her own series.
Ah, right. Harley Quinn.
The end of the year. Trying to think of other things. We got the first appearance of the Crime Syndicate.
Right.
Earth 2 got really, really good this year. With Superman being part of Apocalypse. I'm trying to think of everything, guys. Superman Unchained started.
Ah, yes. As well as the other Superman title.
Batman, Superman,
Batman,
Superman
Superman,
Unchained,
Wonder
and Superman Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that was it.
So lots of stuff, but DC kept quiet until this year with the events, and they went from one intro, one prelude to the event to the actual event. It was Trinity War, which led right into Forever Evil, and that's going into next year.
And there's also Trinity of Sins as well, but that's in Forever Evil.
Yeah. Now we're going on the Marvel side of things, and we started this year off with AVX's ending, Professor Xavier's death. But we all know death is never permanent. Other events that happened in Marvel this year were the Age of Apocalypse. The Age of Ultron, not Apocalypse. The Age of Ultron, which then led into Cataclysm. And also we had Infinity, which ended the year for Marvel. Leading into next year's Avengers Universe.
X Factor ended.
Or no, I'm sorry, not Avengers Universe, Avengers World. X Factor ended.
There were Marvel Now comics that were released.
Marvel Now began, yes.
Yeah. And there were Punisher books, the Punisher Warzone and Punisher Nightmare.
Thunderbolts began.
Thunderbolts began.
A+X started.
And
Superior Spider-Man.
A+X? I thought A+X ended.
It started and it's ending next year.
Oh, maybe I heard wrong. Oh, what about that one?
We'll get to that. Superior Spider-Man happened. Superior Team-Ups happened. We had Minimum Carnage, which then led into Superior Carnage, the end of Venom, the end of the Scarlet Spider series, which was kind of sad to see two Spider-Man series go. But I have a feeling Venom might be coming back in the all-new Marvel Now at some point, possibly. Scarlet Spider's going to the New Warriors, which was announced. Nova began this year and actually hit its 100th issue, even though it was the 10th issue. Tony Stark found out he was adopted. That's where I dropped Iron Man. And next year, you guys will see in my announcement video, which hopefully will be up before the new year and not at the beginning of 2014.
As well as the Iron Man 3 movie that came out as well.
Yep. And Thor.
Oh, right, Thor came out.
Guardians of the Galaxy started also.
Yeah, that I remember.
Let's see what else. Infinity, Age of Ultron. Cataclysm happened, I said, and Avengers Arena ended.
Yeah. That was another one. What else happened?
Oh, Wolverine lost his healing factor as well. The X-Men.
There was a Wolverine movie.
There was a Wolverine movie.
Yeah.
The X-Men that were possessed by the Phoenix Force, their powers are now erratic.
S.H.I.E.L.D. had a TV series of Season 1, S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Yep.
as well as Arrow.
And it's continuing along.
As well as Arrow Season 2.
Arrow Season 2 is for
That's
DC,
DC
Comics.
I know,
Yes.
yeah. God, there was just so much that
We had a list, and believe me, we made this right before the video.
Was Superior Spider-Man?
I did that already. I mentioned about Superior Spider-Man.
Oh God, I've read.
Foggy got
books.
cancer.
Yeah.
And Daredevil. Daredevil will continue to be amazing this year.
There was also some about the Indestructible Hulk.
He traveled through time.
Okay, so that was that.
Age of Ultron completely screwed anything. Spider-Man 2099 came to the 616, came to the present day 616.
And then there was 700 points, 1 to 5.
Which was spectacular.
Spider-Man. The Goblin Nation, but that's
next year.
Next year, yeah. I'm looking forward to that, actually.
There's a lot to look forward to in 2014, but we have a lot that we can look back on and say that was spectacular for 2013. However, the events that Marvel did, Marvel really OD'd this year in events. They ended AVX, which then went right into Age of Ultron, which then was followed by Infinity, and after Infinity followed, in the Ultimate Universe, was followed by Cataclysm, and Cataclysm is basically the end of the Ultimate Universe, because after Cataclysm ends, there is no more Ultimate Comics that are coming out.
The Deadpool, where he visited the stories. Deadpool.
Oh, Killology. And then Deadpool kills.
And Deadpool had a new video game as well.
Yes,
that came out.
So Batman or Arkham Origins came out also.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Camera decided to poop. That's what happens when you have a camera that you've been using literally all day.
In case I didn't mention it, Longshot had his own comic book.
Mm-hmm. And we were mentioning about Arkham Origin. I mentioned about Arkham Origin. It's just with Marvel, to be honest, this year was like, as I said already, I don't know if it was recorded or not. We'll check the back file, the back video later, but just in case I didn't say it, I'll repeat myself once. This year was really an OD on events, from Avengers vs. X-Men straight into Age of Ultron, which was supposed to be something that happened several years back when Brian Michael Bendis was writing Avengers. Then after that, directly after that, was Infinity, which was written by was the Matt Fraction Avengers, and that led into Cataclysm, which basically is going to end the Ultimate Universe permanently. And then there's no more Ultimate Comics that will be out after the end of Cataclysm.
And then there was also time traveling with Thor, met past and future Thor.
There was just a lot of time travel.
X-Men past and future.
There was too much time travel this year, and with the all-new X-Men, where the X-Men went and got the original X-Men and brought them to the present, now the Avengers are going to be doing that in the beginning of next year, and I don't feel too comfortable with that one, that's for sure.
Neither do I.
I don't know.
There's just so many events, I can't remember all of them.
There were a lot of beginnings, a lot of endings, a lot of, when it came to DC, one event. When it came to Marvel, 3. One that was ending and 2 that were full events. And Cataclysm...
Superman's 75th anniversary.
Superman had his 75th anniversary. Superman was 75 this year. Yes, that's right.
Good thing I remembered that.
Well, that's why all the Superman books this year and the Man of Steel movie.
Exactly.
There was a huge
thing at Comic-Con about it.
Yep, with the costumes, and then there was also that little
showcase.
Yeah, where it went from the beginning. No, not the showcase. I'm talking about the little featurette that was on YouTube.
Yeah, the little anime thing. Yeah, I can't wait for next year's Comic-Con.
That was
That's
awesome.
Gonna be wow.
Yeah, there was a lot spoken at New York Comic Con, things to come in the coming year, and looking forward to it from both Marvel and DC. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that we might have missed. I don't think we missed anything. So I guess that's it, guys. It was a heck of a year. Lots of stuff that went on in the big 2. Hopefully, if we have enough time, we'll work our way through.
Like that?
Because we kept putting it off thanks to you.
Well, you could...
Maybe we'll do one for the indie review for next week also, because we only have 3 indie review books to review next. Maybe the indie review will be early.
Oh, who knows? But if we missed anything, you know, like, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, post it in the comments, because I'm 100% sure we probably missed something somewhere, because the list that I originally had in my head was a lot longer than that. But I know that you interrupted me that Wolverine lost his healing factor also.
No, you said that.
I did?
You did say that.
It's going to lead into something next year. I'm not too excited about that one. Anyway, guys, it's been an amazing year for the Dark Avenger Comic Review. The beginning of the indie reviews happened this year for this channel.
Your 200th happened, actually.
My 200th happened this year as well. 300 will be in 2 years. So looking forward to that, and I don't know how long it'll take till the indie review hits 100, but I believe it's going to take another year and a half at least.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
And stay tuned. After this video will be the announcement video for 2014 with important information about the future for Dark Avenger Inc. and the future of this channel, because what happens on Dark Avenger Inc. will affect the things that happen on this channel too, and things that are going to go from this channel go on this channel.
And I believe this is my first year run of doing comic book reviews. I think. Was it? Or was it the second?
You've been around. You've been around since the beginning of the new. 52.
No, I mean with being behind the camera and working.
Nope. This is the first. This is about second year.
Oh. I'll be.
So guys, don't forget to check out comicrelated.com, as well as comicfrontline.com and darkavengerinc.com. Altogether, we are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and more. We update every single website. Sometimes Dark Avenger Inc. we miss a day or two, but as far as Comic Frontline and Comic Related, they are updated 365 days in a year. Always something new when you go back on the website, so don't forget to bookmark them. On YouTube, if you enjoy what you see on Dark Avenger Inc., there's a sub button somewhere. Please do click it. If you like my reviews, if you enjoy what you see on my channel, please do click that sub button. This way I'm in your sub box and you don't miss out on a single review. Got the indie review and this review that come out every single week. The Comic Haul, which comes out every single week. And then a few videos here, there, and everywhere. And we'll see about some live shows again on my channel,
and
personally.
Just looking forward to the new year and new stuff and possibly some good stuff.
New endeavors. So, thank you guys so much for sticking around this year. Look forward to another amazing year next year.
Exactly.
Keep reading, keep collecting.
And keep watching.
Happy New Year, everybody. In case the announcement video goes up after the new year.
Yep.
Take care, everybody. See you guys.
Happy New Year.
In the next review. Take care, guys.
Later, guys.